So,
All right.
will you sing your second song?
Yes, ma'am. I may have done this before, but I can't remember. But it's appropriate. The whole reason that, even though I've only officially lived here in Prescott 3 years now, I've been visiting ever since the late '80s, and since I moved to California, my great aunt Dixie lived out here, and on and off some of her kids, my cousins. She's actually my grandmother's sister, so she's my great aunt. And she's the reason I came. The invitation was come out and stay here for a while. I was looking for a good excuse to get out of Southern California, and she provided it. And I bring that up because she just passed away about 3 weeks ago,
Oh,
3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
She was 87. It wasn't. It was very sad, not tragic. She died peacefully in her sleep.
Oh, okay.
But Dixie was her name, and just was like another, kind of like a grandma, but almost like a mom too. I can't express how much I miss her and how great that was. And I bring that up because this song here I wrote for my granddad and grandmother, who was her sister. They're all prairie farmers in central Illinois, in Jacksonville, Illinois, which is near Springfield. And Dixie was the youngest of 6 sisters, and my grandma was the second oldest. And just the Americana names. The oldest was Bernadine. My grandma's name was Gertrude, Gertie. Then there was Margaret. And I knew her as Wilma, but I knew her as Aunt Wib, which that's Wilma. And then there's an Aunt Midge later. That was Mildred, and then Dixie. So these names, they don't name girls like that anymore. It's great. So there's a little bit of the background. I wrote this song. My grandparents took me all around the country. Got to see a lot, and this goes out to them. And it's a real good. It's a rare opportunity to hear cellophane rhymed with Mark Twain. Listen for it.
All right.
The song is called Lincoln Penny, as Illinois back there is called the land of Lincoln. Oh, I see that penny shining on the ground beneath my feet. I see my granddad's face, I hear the land of Lincoln speak. Down in Morgan County, Franklin, Jacksonville. My roots, prairie farmers, Hausers, Oxleys, and Schofields. Granddad took me to that land when I was just a kid. The sun was blazing hot down there, the air as thick as sin. But we stayed at the old farmhouse with Uncle Mac and Aunt Bernadine. I realized years later American Gothic I had seen. He took me to an old log cabin. He told me what the legend did. He said Abraham Lincoln was the greatest man who ever lived. Oh, I see that penny shining on the ground beneath my feet. I see my granddad's face, I hear the land of Lincoln speak. And I pick up that old coin, I stuff it into my jeans, and I hold it in my pocket. No one knows what it's worth to me. He drove out to the big river, mighty muddy miss, in that giant golden Buick, lest him to that old 8-track. Yes, we went inside a shop filled with artifacts. I saw a clear cellophane. I asked, who's Sam Clemens? He said, son, that's Mark Twain. Oh, I see that penny shining on the ground beneath my feet. I see my granddad's face, I hear the land of Lincoln speak. And I pick up that old coin, I stuff it into my jeans, and I hold it in my pocket. No one knows what it's worth to me. As we drove back north to Bloomington, past the rows and rows of corn, he said, boy, don't forget where the rest of us were born. He took me to an old log cabin, he told me what the legend did. He said Abraham Lincoln was the greatest man who ever lived. And I pick up that old coin, I stuff it into my jeans, and I hold it in my pocket. No one knows what it's worth to me. And I hold it in my pocket. No one knows what it's worth to me. Thanks.
That's
To the Oxley girls.
it's quite a celebration for a lot of people, and it was good.
Thanks.
I'm glad you used
Thanks.
that. All right, now